Today, it's all about just taking photos. Now, the location that I've picked, I do not like it at all. Okay, I had a bit of a walk around. I didn't find anything that I liked. My original plan was to head down the beach a bit, but it's packed, okay? There's a lot of people around. And I'm out here in the mangroves. But for now, I'm just going to see what I can frame up and see if I can actually make something out of not a lot. Now, these are the sort of compositions I don't like, just messy. We've got some waves crashing over rocks. The sun is just setting out to the left. Not a lot of cloud, to tell the truth. There is a little bit of cloud off to the left of the frame, which will light up hopefully. We should get a nice blue hour. So that is the whole key for this. But while I'm sitting here waiting, because I can't get to where I want to get to, I'm just going to take some shots anyway. And let's see what we can come up with. And hopefully we can get some nice shots. And it's all practice, okay? I cannot emphasize that enough. Get out and just practice whenever you can. Work areas that you don't think will make a nice photo and see if you can make a nice photo out of it. We don't all have the luxury of going to these epic locations, so sometimes you just got to work with what you've got. And if you can get really nice photos out of locations like this that appear a little bit messy, it's a good way of learning how to compose a shot and learn what you like. Okay, so let's go and set up and see what we can make out of this mess. Like, I like the colour in the sky, I like what's going on, but it's a very messy scene. All of this down here is a bit messy for my liking. I don't want to shoot directly into the sun. So let me go and frame something up and see what we can actually do. I like the water movement. I do like that water movement. That looks really nice. So what I might even do, let's just push back a bit, because now I'm seeing there's all water running through the rocks here. So I'm going to come back a little bit further. Now, tide is coming in quite quick, so I need to work fairly quickly. Let me go and frame something up and we'll see if we can get something half decent. Okay, so sorry I can't bring you in close. The water's a bit deep out here. I don't want my phone getting drenched. So what I've got is I've got some nice foreground interest. I've got like a tree kind of offset a little bit, and I'm just going to capture these waves crashing over the rocks. Now, my midground, I do not like it at all. It's very messy. So I'm really concentrating on foreground. Get as interesting a foreground as I possibly can. Okay, so the sun is just to the right of my frame. I don't want a big fireball in my shot at the moment. Okay, the light is really nice. It's quite soft now that it's down on the horizon. There's a good wave, that's what I want. That's a good one. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Having that foreground makes such a difference, okay? Wide angle lens, concentrate on your foreground. There's a really nice one. That whitewash is quite nice. So I'm going to move from this composition now. I've got enough shots here. I'm reasonably happy. You know, again, they're not the most epic shots of all time, just too messy for my liking. So let's move, frame something else up, and see what else we can get. Okay, I got my aperture set at f14 for depth of field. I've got half a second exposure. Now that we're losing light, I'm just bumping up ISO as I need to. Now here comes a nice wave. That's a good one. Just going to keep firing off a few shots. Here comes a better one. Let's get these waves as they actually crash over the rocks without getting too soaked. Here comes another wave now. We're right on sunset. I don't want to move, okay? I don't have a composition I'm happy with. So I'm working with what I've got, and I'm hoping that I create enough interest in my foreground that we can make some decent shots. Just time it so we get some whitewash in our shot. And it's okay, it's okay. So let me know what you think of the photos. To me, it's a very messy composition, but we're doing stuff. We're taking photos. This is where I just sort of sit back and soak it in and just appreciate that we're actually watching a nice sunset. Okay, we're not getting the shots that we want, but we're getting a nice sunset. Okay, so we've just moved back even further. Again, we've got some nice rocks here, and this is probably not a bad composition, to tell the truth. So I don't mind what we've got here. Now that the tide's coming in a little bit higher, this might work a little bit better than what I want this whitewash here. Okay, let's come back further. some nice waves crashing there. They actually look okay. You know, it's times like this where you learn what you like, what sort of a composition and foreground you like. So then next time you go out, look, when you're hunting for locations, if you're out trying to find locations, sometimes you come across things like this that aren't exactly ideal. So work with it, work with what you've got. Okay, so I've got some foreground interest, I've got some waves crashing over rocks. I'm hoping that's enough. So we'll have a look at the photos when we get home and see what we think. Now all our colour's happening over that way, so I might try and move again and we'll see if some of those people have moved as well. Okay, so I've taken a step away from the water, and you know, something like this, our midground is very messy, so I'm really going to emphasise our foreground by using the wide angle lens. By using a wide angle lens, I can get right in on this foreground, make this the feature of my shot, get all of this, get our sky, and let's see what we can get out of this. Okay, and now look at the colour we've got. Okay, but our foreground is just a mess. Okay, so it's not something that I want. So let's get away from this mess and see if we can find something better around here. Just found this big old dead log on the beach. So let's try and use this and see what we can frame up. See if we can make something sort of interesting out of this. Okay, we've got some really nice colour now, so I need to work fairly quickly. I've just found a nice mangrove tree that looks quite interesting, to tell the truth. Set the tripod up here. So again, it's a messy foreground. I'm going to try and isolate this little mangrove on its own, and we'll see how that comes up. And I'm going to go up to a 30-second exposure for this foreground. It's getting quite dark now. We're at the last little bit of blue hour. Okay, that's going to be it for this video. We're going to be losing light very quickly. And like I said, it's not exactly what I wanted, but I'll let you guys be the judge. Okay, I'll show you those last few shots I got, and I'll let you judge whether you like them or not, because again, that's the great thing about photography. Everyone likes something different. Okay, just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people won't like it. My original plan was to head down the beach a bit, but it's packed. Okay, there's a lot of people around. I don't like people, so I'm staying away from them all. Get that water movement. Completely missed it. Destroyed by midgies and mozzies and stonefish and sea snakes and stingrays and baby sharks, irukandji, blue bottles, mud crabs. Okay, and we're getting to that time of night. I probably need to take my filter off. You can't see me.